Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Tuesday, September 5th. I think it's like now day 35 in the Big Brother house. I believe that the date matches the number of days for this month. So I think it's day 35. It may be day 34, but I believe it's day 35 in the Big Brother house, and we really don't care that much, do we? I left you guys a podcast late yesterday, so not a whole lot has changed since that podcast where I told you that the power veto was used. Jag is now up in Cameron's place, so it's Jag and Red, and that the house is, and when I say the house I mean Suri, is leaning towards, not leaning, really, has decided to vote Jag out, and I think that's actually going to stick. I don't think there's going to be any major flip-flopping going on this week. Part of that reason, I believe, is actually because it's Red's birthday today. So today is also Red's birthday. Oh, it's one of my kids' birthdays also. Like you would know, it's one of my kids' birthdays, and it's also Red's birthday. So he's been talking about having bad birthdays and a birthday curse and everything, so they have planned this extravagant fun party birthday celebration for Red that's going to take place today. And I have a feeling that part of that whole process, even though they've said, I don't care whose birthday it is, he's still going nominated, we're not saving him with the power veto, all this, but they're not voting him out, and I don't think they will vote him out. I don't think there'll be a waffle flip to vote him out. I think everyone's settled, well, Jag should have gone last week, so let's just vote him out this week. And Jag feels very comfortable, which he shouldn't, and so he's not doing a lot of campaigning. He's hanging out with the people. Red is kind of being alone, away from people. Yeah, it's all leaning towards, yep, you're out the door, Jag, on Thursday, probably by another unanimous vote. Ouch. That's gotta suck, but you know what? It's the way the season's gonna go. They have already been plotting and planning their next evictees. Cameron is always going to be the number one until he's gone. So Cameron is up. And then Suri and Felicia and others have this problem with Bowie. They think Bowie's working against them. She really isn't that much. She really is just kind of all over the place. But she's high on Suri's list. So Bowie may be the next to go. Maybe. Matt has moved up in Suri's mind because she confided in him about the power, and so he's actually passed up some people and is higher up in the list as far as staying around for a long time. I was thinking, though, at first I was like, is it going to be an all-women final? It may be an all-women final if Jared's not in there. But I really don't think there's going to be many men left. They're going to knock the men off here. We've already got Jag going this week. Cameron will probably go next week. Red is right up there too, to be disposed of, not on his birthday week. And then we got to Jared and Matt, and we know Jared's going to stay around for a while, but Matt. Oh, and Corey. Corey's another one that's right up there too. Corey's on the next, is right there on the after Red kind of a thing, right? So it's pretty much the only female that is on anybody's lips at this point of going out is America too, but first Bowie. So Bowie and America are hovering out there, but really there's a lot of other guys that they want to go before that. So that, right there is like, all right, well, this is how this season is shaping up. I'm not seeing any bumps in the road at this point. And so it could be a fairly uneventful. And I'm hoping that I'm so wrong right now when I say all of this. But at this point, it could be fairly uneventful. Other than somebody else is going to move up if Cameron keeps winning. If Cameron keeps winning and sticking around, other people will go in front of Cameron. But Cameron will always be the number one option every week, right? So that's all right. I'm okay with this. I'm fine. I'm fine with. I've settled in. I've got my Big Brother fix. We're 35 days into it. We're approaching the mid third, right? Now we're over 1/3 of the way into this season. We've still got a middle third and then a final third. And the middle third usually is a little bit more active, I would think. But I should say usually. I mean, 23 seasons, 25 seasons of regular Big Brother. What's normal at this point? I don't know. We're fine. We're good. This is the time of the year, September, that we're usually wrapping Big Brother up, and so I'm completely okay with things calming down as far as this season goes. If it wants to be straightforward, it's still been entertaining. I have a feeling the entertainment factor is going to start to slide, though. The flipping and the flopping is what has helped keep it entertaining, and I don't know how much of that there's going to be right now. We'll see. This week there won't be, though. I'm pretty darn sure that Jag is going to be going out, and we're at Tuesday now, so we got to get Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday, and then we'll start another cycle around, and we'll see if Red or Cameron can win head of household, which will throw another wrench. Although Red and Cameron are on the outs with each other, and so I would not necessarily look for one of them to protect the other if they get head of household. They might be able to be persuaded to nominate the other, if you can believe it, which would be dumb on their parts, but that's the way the Big Brother house goes. Red thinks he's solidly aligned with Sari, and what he doesn't know is that he's only solidly aligned because she wants to get Cameron out more than him. That's it. You're one step up on the list, buddy. You're not in that good a shape. And anyways, there we go. That's it. I'm done. I hope you have a happy Tuesday. Again, I did a longer one yesterday in the evening talking about the power veto and all that, so you might want to check that out. Also, I talked about, there was still more discussion about when I said that Jag would be the 13th house guest, 13th place house guest, and those house guests that leave this early generally don't leave much of an impression. Now, people immediately push back and name their favorite or ones that they thought were big, impressive, house guests. And it's like, yeah, there's always going to be a few. But I listed every 13th place house guest going back to Big Brother 12 or 13. And most of those names aren't rolling off anybody's tongues. Or if the name does roll off their tongue, it's because of somebody else in the house that had the same last name, right? So, no offense to any of those people that placed 13th in the last 10 years. I like everybody. I wish everybody well, but when you get knocked out that early, there's just a lot of Big Brother left before the season ends. I mean, and so like Annie was one of them. And I liked Annie. Annie got the short. She got so screwed over by the saboteur twist. But in the annals of Big Brother, there aren't a lot of people that can name Annie and know who they're talking about. Keith, oh poor Keith. Keith had the plans, man. Keith came into Big Brother with all kinds of plans. And if you don't know which Keith I'm talking about, that's because he was second person voted out his season. And he just didn't leave much of a big impression. I feel bad for the guy, but that's how it goes. So this is where Jag is going to fall. Now, it just so happens that and somebody did rightfully point out, some of those seasons were much shorter. The people weren't in the house very long. Like, some of the people were only in the house for 2 weeks, and we were approaching a month, right? So I think it was Annie. I think Annie was voted out on day 13. And now Jag is going to be voted on like day 36 or whatever. So he has been in our view for a lot longer to make an impression. And he is obviously a unique, the first Sikh individual in the house. And so there is a bit of he's not like every other person that got voted out, or very similar to other people that got voted out. He's a very unique individual. I'm not saying we're not going to talk about him, and if he chooses to be active on social media, he could gain a big following and have all kinds of people that talk about him and stuff. But again, as far as Big Brother gameplay goes, he wasn't even a very good player. He hasn't been playing the game very well. He got saved by a twist. He got voted by America as one of the, basically, their top 4 favorites. There's another reason that people will kind of remember Jag. But in the end of the day, when we're talking in November and I say, remember Jag, I have a feeling people are going to be like, yeah, I kind of miss Jag. Oh, yeah, but that was so long ago. That's what I meant when I said that these folks that are leaving this early don't leave a huge impression. All right, with that, I am out of here again. Thank you to my supporters. Thank you for everybody that's listening to the ads and everything at the end. And you guys have a good Tuesday, and we will talk to you tomorrow. And maybe there'll be a flip or a flop or something. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.